Hi everyone, my name is Donnie Lowy from Closeout Hope you're having an amazing day. Today I'd like to discuss with you how you can buy liquidation pallets for the Caribbean. If you have a business in the Caribbean, you know that there's a good demand for American-made products, for products that are made for the United States, and for American brand name and designer merchandise. In other words, people like products that are either made in the United States or products that might have been made overseas, whether they're made in a factory in China or in Bangladesh and Pakistan, but they're made specifically for the American marketplace. And the reason is because there's an understanding that the merchandise that is made for the American marketplace is of a high quality. And I understand there's always exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, the merchandise that is being sent to the United States is, I would say, pretty good quality, because there's so much competition. And of course, there's different parts of the different levels. Let's say the retail segment. Some stuff is lower price, middle price, higher price. So you want to be aware of that. And especially when it comes to brand names from the United States, there's a lot of demand for those names in countries like Trinidad, in countries like Haiti, in countries like Jamaica, in countries like St. Lucia, and so on. In Barbados, the Bahamas, for instance, I get a lot of requests for Tahari clothing, Calvin Klein clothing, brand name suits, brand name dresses, brand name kids clothing. So now the question is, how do you get liquidation pallets for the Caribbean marketplace? One of the ways that you can do it is you can travel to Florida, and there are many wholesalers that are set up specifically to sell to customers from the Caribbean. Now, what do I mean by that? So, since Florida is very close to the Caribbean, and a lot of retail buyers, people who have stores in the Caribbean, will be traveling to Florida when they come to the United States, wholesalers have gone to Florida, have set up warehouses where they sell merchandise. And that means that they're going to be carrying an inventory of wholesale and closeout products that are specifically meant for the Caribbean marketplace, and at minimum are suitable for the Caribbean marketplace. So that's one option. Another option is you can come up to New York. There's a lot of customers from the Caribbean who do their shopping in New York as well. I get many customers from the Caribbean who come to buy by me. And another thing you could do is, if you have any family or friends in Florida or in New York, you can send them on your behalf. Have them look at the liquidation pallets that are available in the closeout warehouses, and then make a decision accordingly what it is that you want to buy. What's amazing, if you use WhatsApp, you can just have your friend or your relative go to someone's warehouse, take a video, you could see the stuff, and you can make a decision right then. Before WhatsApp became so popular, people would have to take pictures. By the time someone made a decision, that pallet could have been sold out. But now you can see the pallet right then, make the decision whether you want to buy it or not, and proceed and and do business. Now, another thing you can do is you can buy liquidation pallets through liquidation.com, and you have to see if they will ship it to your country. And if they won't ship it directly to your country, then set up an account with a freight forwarder. If you use tropical shipping, you can have the merchandise, you can have the pallet sent to tropical shipping. You can use Brady Cargo, have the pallet sent to Brady Cargo, or to any shipping company that you use. I believe Le Parkin also does shipping to the Caribbean, and I'm sure there are many other shipping companies. I'd be happy to help you find one if you contact me. All right, my email and my phone number is on the website. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. So you can do your shopping through liquidation.com, see what pallets they have available. You can also go to B-Stock Solutions, see what pallets they have. And also there are many wholesalers that will buy pallets and they'll resell those pallets. If you need to, you can go through one of them, or if it's easier for you, for some reason, maybe they offer the convenience of allowing you to see the contents of the pallet. When you buy a pallet from liquidation.com or B-Stock, you might be able to see a manifest, but you're not going to see pictures of every single item. So it might make sense for you to pay a premium, pay a slightly higher price for having the luxury and the opportunity of having a grasp of the exact inventory that is going to be packed in those boxes. Another thing that you can do is you can contact department stores and see if they're willing to sell you the pallets directly. Some of the department stores will sell pallets directly to retailers. Some might not, or some might just want you to buy a certain quantity, so you might have to buy by the truckload, or you might just be able to buy one pallet at a time. The only way you're going to know that is by contacting the department stores directly. And one other thing that you might want to consider is that if you buy a pallet, then you're going to get an assortment of merchandise. Some of that merchandise might be suitable for you, some of my merchandise might not be ideal for you. So it might make sense for you to buy merchandise from a wholesaler that will create a pallet for you. For example, if you buy children's clothing from me, I won't give you a pallet that has clothing that's not suitable for you. And this is what I mean. When I get a pallet of clothing, of children's clothing for instance, it could contain winter clothing, it could contain fall clothing, it could contain spring clothing, it could contain summer clothing. Even if the pallet is specified as being a spring and summer pallet, it could still happen that there could be some fall and winter clothing in that pallet. If you have your store in Trinidad or you have your store in the Bahamas, then you don't want any fall or winter clothing. So in that case, it makes sense for you to buy from a wholesaler who will receive the pallets, open up the pallet, sort the clothing, and then decide what clothing is suitable for your market, and then buy basically a pallet that's been made specifically for you. And then another option you have is to travel to a wholesale warehouse. You can come to my warehouse in Brooklyn and create your own pallet, negotiate over the price, get a good price per piece, find out how many pieces you need to buy. Let's see with the example of the kids clothing, how many pieces of kids clothing you need to buy in order to get a pallet pricing for those pieces, and then go ahead and make a deal with that wholesaler. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. Next time you come to the United States, come and visit my warehouse. Thank you and have a great day.